Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. How about you? What's on your mind today?
I'm doing great, thank you. Let's talk about globalization. At first, you are requested to give a definition of globalization, then we'll discuss together about the advantages and disadvantages of globalization.
That's a great topic. Globalization is basically how countries and people around the world are becoming more connected. Think about how easy it is to buy products from other countries or how quickly news travels across the globe. It's all about increased interaction and interdependence. What do you think are some of the good and bad things about this increased connection?
I think it has both positive and negative sides. If I talk about positive impacts of globalization, and I should say that globalization stimulates economic development by increasing trade, investment, and capital flow between countries. And nations can focus on their comparative advantages, producing goods or services at low opportunity costs, which leads to more efficient production and economic expansion. Developing countries especially benefit by gaining access to global markets and foreign investments. And it has other advantages. So, what do you want to say?
That's right. Globalization can be a powerful engine for growth in developing countries. It opens up new markets for their goods and services, and foreign investment can bring in much needed capital and technology. However, there's also the risk of increased competition, which can sometimes be tough for smaller, local businesses to handle.
I appreciate you, and because of globalization, businesses can expand beyond domestic borders to tap into larger global markets. This help companies increase their customers base, revenues, and global presence. For example, a local clothing brand in India can sell its products in the US or Europe through online platforms and partnerships. So, in this way, it expands international business.
That's a fantastic example of how globalization can open up new markets for businesses. It allows companies to reach a much wider customer base and increases their potential for growth. We've talked a lot about the economic impacts, but globalization also has significant social and cultural effects.
Exactly, I'd like to say about that. People around the world are more connected than ever. Globalization allows the sharing of traditions, languages, food, music, and lifestyle, and this fosters mutual understanding, tolerance, and appreciation for diversity. For instance, people in the West may practice yoga or enjoy Asian cuisines, while Western nations adopt Western fashions or films, etc.
That's a great point. Globalization definitely leads to a blending of cultures. We see this in the popularity of international cuisines, the spread of musical genres across borders, and the adoption of fashion trends from all over the world. It creates a richer, more diverse world, but it also raises questions about the preservation of unique cultural identities.
Exactly. On the other hand, globalization encourages the spread of technology and innovation. For example, developing countries can benefit from the largest agriculture, medical, and industrial technologies from developed nations, and this transfer of knowledge leads to modernization and improved productivity. What do you think?
Absolutely. Globalization acts as a catalyst for the spread of new technologies and ideas. This can be especially beneficial for developing countries, allowing them to leapfrog older technologies and adopt more efficient and sustainable practices. However, it's important to consider how to ensure equitable access to these advancements so everyone can benefit.
Exactly, and a country's students especially can get chance to go abroad to take higher education. They can get chance to share their knowledge and wisdom with other countries' students. So, and it is possible just because of globalization.
That's a great point. Globalization has definitely made it easier for students to pursue education abroad. This exchange of knowledge and ideas enriches both the students and the institutions involved. We've covered a lot of ground today, discussing the economic, social, and educational impacts of globalization. Do you have any other aspects you'd like to explore, or perhaps delve deeper into a specific area?
All right, let's talk about the disadvantages of globalization. So, what do you want to say about it?
Of course, while globalization has many benefits, it's also important to acknowledge the downsides. One major concern is the potential for job displacement in developed countries, as companies move production to places with lower labor costs. This can lead to economic hardship and social unrest in affected communities.
Yeah, another important point is, loss of cultural identity. I think because a country's people generally try to copy other countries' culture and tradition as global culture, Western or American cultures, spreads and local traditions, languages, and customs may fade, and people may abandon their culture roots to follow global trends in fashion, entertainment, and lifestyle. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. The loss of cultural identity is a significant concern. As global culture spreads, there's a risk that local traditions, languages, and customs may fade away. People might abandon their cultural roots to follow global trends in fashion, entertainment, and lifestyle.
Yeah, you're right. And another important point is globalization increases industrial activity, transportation, and resources consumption. This leads to pollution, deforestation, and global warming. And some companies may also shift polluting industries to continues with lax environmental regulations. What do you think?
You're right, that's another important point to consider. Globalization can increase industrial activity and resource consumption, leading to environmental problems like pollution, deforestation, and global warming. Some companies might even move polluting industries to countries with weaker environmental regulations, which is definitely a concern.
Okay, so do you think that it has health risk like increased global travel and trade can spread diseases more rapidly like COVID-19? Also, global food supply chains may lead to unsafe and unregulated food products reaching other countries.
You're right, that's another important point. Increased global travel and trade can spread diseases more rapidly, as we saw with COVID 19. Also, global food supply chains can sometimes lead to unsafe or unregulated food products reaching other countries. So, globalization definitely has some health risks associated with it. Just a reminder that I don't provide medical advice or diagnoses. You should always talk to a medical professional.
All right, I have understood, and thank you very much. It was a healthy discussion. I'd like to talk about this topic later. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I enjoyed our discussion about globalization. It's a complex topic with many different facets, and I'm glad we could explore some of them together. I'm always here if you'd like to delve deeper into this or any other subject in the future.